waiting for the early train. Sorry, boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe. You can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air. In the
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The U.S. will not default. That from President Biden reaching a deal with the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
I think he negotiated with me in good faith.
Speaker McCarthy believes he has the votes in the House to pass it. A day to remember and honor fallen members of our armed forces with parades and other events. Also a day for millions of Americans to enjoy the freedoms so we enjoy, thanks to the men and women who gave everything. The president and vice president take part in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Arlington National Cemetery later this morning. And the president will give his Memorial Day address, the 155th National Memorial Day observance at the Memorial Amphitheater. Gas prices on the holiday tick up slightly, $58 for a gallon of regular according to AAA. Diesel checking in at $3.95, down slightly. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And right now is right now, and today is Monday. Happy Memorial Day to all of y'all. We do appreciate it. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
I'm Lee Veras.
And
the donkey man's in the house.
Inside the house.
St. Diane made me leave.
Oh, she got some, what's going on?
Well, she just wanted her Meals on Wheels and me get out of her sight for her. She seen me for 2 days. That's probably enough.
Oh, goodness.
The weekend around these parks generally considered to be the first day of the summer beach season. Of course, the weekend weather event put a damper on that for Friday, Saturday, and part of yesterday. But there's a lot more to Memorial Day than just hot dogs or hamburgers on the beach. General John A. Logan first established what he called Decoration Day. He called for citizens to lay flowers on the graves of the Civil War dead, in his words, whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet, churchyard in the land. The first Decoration Day was in May 1868. For decades, Memorial Day was observed on the 30th of the month, May 30th, always. In the late 1960s, the federal government changed the date to the last Monday in the month, and it became an official federal holiday in 1971. Memorial Day honors all fallen armed service members from all America's wars. The federal government declared Waterloo, New York, the official birthplace of Memorial Day back in 1966. Little history for you. So there's a whole lot more to Memorial Day than headed for the beach. Now, the good news is that today, weather will be looking much more better.
Much more.
I hope so. So anyway, I don't know how long it'll last, but today's looking okay. We'll talk about that in about 15 minutes or so. So, Timmy, how was your Memorial Day?
It was wet. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to do, but I sat in the house and I kept the rear end in the recliner, and I did the Meals on Wheels for St. Diane when she wanted something. That's about it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, we had a the three of us had a blast yesterday afternoon.
Yes,
down
we did.
At 34 North there at Cedar Point. It was a grand old party, shall we say, and that's nothing political about that. Just a whole bunch of folks gathered together and sponsored partially by good old WSME 97.1. So Hollywood was there. Ashley was there. Met Ashley's brother yesterday.
Oh.
He was there as well.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah, and a bunch of folks came up and were talking. I listened to you all the time. Yada yada yada. I've been listening to you
Nice.
for years, and
Yeah.
so
Well,
it,
you have.
it was
You've been on
interesting.
a long time.
Yeah, about a dozen years now.
It was a nice crowd. lot of
2011.
Yeah, I used to listen to you at the choir. It was amazing. I'd be listening to you, and I can't remember the other person's name. But when we went down in the hole, couldn't get you anymore.
Yeah,
Had to wait till we come back up.
yeah. Well, underground it doesn't transmit
Yeah,
there
it
so
doesn't
well.
do real good.
It doesn't-
But yeah, it
doesn't
was
work
cool,
out.
man. I'd listen to you every morning just to get local stuff.
Mhm.
I really did.
Are we up on Facebook and YouTube?
Yeah, we just got a warning from Facebook.
What do we do now?
It wasn't us at the radio station, the music from
Oh.
that, and it's just a resume. It's just some countries block that, like Russia.
Good.
Yeah.
We're like, whatever. Just had to hit a
Bless
button
their
for it to
hearts.
resume.
I did go to the fireman, Richland Volunteer Fire Department put on a barbecue. And,
Uh-huh.
How did
Saturday. It was they like a half a pan selling out. It's a good thing. It's a good
Wow.
thing. It might have been because they'd have sold out by 11 o'clock.
Mm.
I
Because
wanted to go.
Richlands has always supported their fire department
Sure.
and surrounding
Mhm.
areas, and I've always supported them and my philosophy was, look, y'all are number 2 people to me. I said, yes, you're going to be the second ones to my house. I said, I know if the fire alarm goes off, Rosetown will probably be first or right up the road, but y'all going to be number 2.
Mm.
And I've supported them for years. They used to have women's beauty contests, and we do all, we get involved with that. But the wind was rough. Bradley Hudson, he was from Richlands. He came. I had a little voice, my little opinion about some of that. I wasn't too thrilled.
Mm.
I just thought it shouldn't have charged that much, not to kind of help out. I'm a giving person, evident.
Apparently.
Because if it been me, I said, if you'll help me cover my band expenses, I ain't charging that.
Hmm.
But now I'm me. I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I said, fellas, I wouldn't have done it. But they did, and they all had a good time. I was tickled for the Richland Volunteer Fire Department. We talked to them about doing something next fall, not this fall. And we had a bunch of people got together. So look, we'll help you.
There
And
you
if
go.
you really want to do that, and they want to bring back something like what we used to have called Farmers Day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
That
I
was- that was
love
I
really
was
great
part
at
of
that.
that for years, and I said, we'll help you. I said, what we'll do, we'll take you youngins. We'll bring back some of the old stuff, and you young, and I thought you kept picking up. You youngins got new ideas. I said, take some of the old, some of the new, put it together, and you'll have a ball.
Hmm.
Yes.
And we were talking about parking because they like to have it back downtown, which
Mhm.
will be a good. And I said, well, your parking's a problem, but no, we can fix that. And one of them looked and said, how? I said, well, we called Mike's Tree Farm, see if we could borrow some wagons, and we'll park them at the high school and the elementary school and bus them over.
Mhm.
Well, man, that solved that. Yep. And I
Yes.
said, here's the biggest hit that Richlands Volunteer Fire Department ever had that I can remember. They were the first time I ever ate a French fried sweet potato was right here in this firehouse, and y'all did it one year, and it was
Really?
the biggest hit I've ever seen in my life. People came from all over, and they had made cinnamon butter. Some lady had a recipe for it,
Mhm.
and they had made cinnamon butter, and they were charging, I don't know how much it was. It wasn't a whole lot, and we cooked so many sweet potatoes. It was awesome, but just stuff like that. You don't have to go extravagant with stuff, but people, I said, you'll have a great time. So they want to talk about it.
Well, when we were camping as kids a long time ago, we always carried several sweet potatoes with us, and we would fry them, slice them, and fry
Yeah.
them. That was really good.
Mama wouldn't do that.
Open fire. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness gracious!
Oh yeah, I mean we used to go coon hunting,
Mhm.
and we used to just walk out there by a field when I God knows, and you see where they had picked sweet potatoes and they'd leave the culls.
Mhm.
Well, they've been laying out in the sun a couple of days, so they had cured a little bit.
Yeah.
And we would sit right there and build a fire, put them on a stick, and we'd peel them, put them on a stick, and eat them, and just dip them in bourbon or something,
Yeah, I could
So
do
we would
that.
sit there and eat sweet potatoes till we busted. But them were
Getting
good
drunk
old
on
days.
sweet potatoes.
Hey, today at 11 o'clock, the Military Order of the Purple Heart Beirut Memorial Chapter 642 will host the annual Memorial Day observance. It's going to be at the Coastal Carolina Veterans Cemetery. The ceremony will include guest speaker Brigadier General Kevin Stewart, USMC, retired, a wreath laying, and a reading of over 400 names of veterans who died since last Memorial Day. The observance will be recorded and available for viewing on G10 TV, g10tv.org, the city's YouTube channel, and on mobile devices through the Cablecast app. So that's, you want to go to it. Weather's going to be perfect for
It
you.
will be
It
good.
is
11
gonna be
a.m.
Beautiful.
Or for you other guys, 1100.
Yeah.
1100.
So, let's see, what else is going on? Over in Kinston,
Terrible.
I'm like, what? A paramedic
Yeah.
was shot while responding to a call Sunday night. Lenore County Emergency Services says the paramedic was a call on Maryland Drive trying to get a patient into an ambulance about 6 o'clock last evening. The county says that a vehicle slammed into the front of the ambulance and the suspect came out of the vehicle firing the weapon and the paramedic was shot. Officials say that the paramedic was taken to the CU Health Medical Center and is in stable condition, thank goodness. Kinston police say they're currently investigating the case. What kind of low-life excuse for a human being pulls a stunt like that?
Horrible.
That's just disgusting.
It is. Yeah.
And the bad thing is, if the police had shown up and shot this clown,
Mhm.
the paramedics would have treated him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's true.
it's
of course.
Mhm.
That's true.
Scumbucket.
That's
Bucket. Anybody have any clues and information about that? Call the Lenore County Sheriff's Office or the Kinston Police Department. Just dial them up and tell them you know who done it.
Well,
Because the idiot's bragging about it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
well, in this day and age of videos on people's Ring doorbells and everything else, I'm willing to bet there's probably a video in that neighborhood of that car.
Just depends upon
Yeah.
what. I don't know anything about the neighborhoods over there,
Yeah.
but some
Yes.
neighborhoods are not going to have those devices.
I know money is a big deal, but I've said it before. Right here in Oslo County, they put on especially excuse me, rescue squads, fire truck, put cameras on the outside of it.
Yeah.
In each corner at least.
That would be a good idea.
That's,
But
that's
yeah,
a
I
great
know
idea.
again we have cost.
Yes.
And it's like I told somebody one time, they said, well, we like to donate money. I said, well, go donate some money. They'll give you a receipt.
Yeah.
Go say, hey, or if you don't want to give them the money, go get them an item. Go buy them something. Say, hey, use this. How about using this? Okay. But you go ahead. Don't sit there and I think I will, I should, or should I? I had one guy got so mad one time, it was years ago. He would go in there and give out $200 a month to animal control
Really?
for cat food.
Good.
And then
Nice.
well, this is a long time ago. Well, it came up that a new rule came up. If you got money donations for something like that, it had to go to the general fund.
Oh,
and the county
baloney.
would, and he quit. And he was so mad. And I said, well, I'll tell you what you do. I said, you go right down there to Oslo Feed and Grain
Buy
or
some cat food and
FCS
take it.
or and buy or Walmart, wherever you want to go and buy them a truckload, or you can borrow my truck and go buy them $200 worth and back. They got to take it and just fill it up.
Well, I know Onslow County would take it because, every time I go down there, they've got bags and bags of cat and dog food that somebody's dropped off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what they started
that's what
doing.
yes.
They started dropping them off instead of dropping off money.
Right.
And that happened years ago.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's when I was involved.
Family Dollar store in Goldsboro yesterday. 2 guys came in, guns, shot an employee there, killed him. Mm-hmm. The Goldsboro police say that the Sunday afternoon robbery and shooting occurred about a little after 3 o'clock. It was on the Family Dollar on Wayne Memorial Drive. They were told that 2 men came into the store, shot Alexander Thomas, an employee who later died from a gunshot wound at the hospital.
Mhm.
The 2 men ran after the robbery, were later found, and they've been arrested. They charged I'm not even going to try to go there with this one. Got too many vowels and too many weird stuff in it.
It's
And
Monday.
a 20-year-old and a 24-year-old with 1 count of armed robbery and an open count of murder. Both men were taken before a magistrate and put in the jailhouse on an open count of murder without benefit of bond, which is where they should be.
And here is someone just trying to make a living,
Yep.
working.
And he's not making a fortune.
No, he's not.
No.
And then somebody walks in and kills him. That makes me so mad. Yeah. So ridiculous.
Going to get to the point that everything's going to have to be bought online. We're not going to have any brick and mortar
Yeah,
stores.
I mean, Kelly started the trend.
I'm with
Just
Kelly. I
follow
do
it.
almost all
I just
mine
can't get,
online.
and in Walmart to find our address. That's it. We quit.
Hmm.
I just go get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I just
You live
yes,
out there in
and
the
that's it.
country.
Yeah, well, I'm a part of Thomas Loop Road. Do you
I
not
know
get?
right where
It
it's
is not
at.
that
Yep.
long. But they're over there in River Bluff because they read the GPS. I mean,
Mhm.
GPS is a wondrous thing, and
If
Gotta-
it's right.
yeah, if it's
Yeah, if
right.
it's right.
Oh, I've
And-
had it take me down dirt roads
And
before.
I've had
Uh-uh.
it, I was over there at Kennedy Space Center last week, and they said, well, you need to go to the landfill. Where's it at? Well, GPS. Do a pin drop. Well, I did a pin drop. I turned right. It said turn left, but I remembered the guy talking about Schwartz Road. Well, Schwartz Road was on the right, and this other one was on the left.
Mm.
So I just, we're going to go down here. And there it was. But you can't depend on GPS every time because it will lead you astray. If you were delivering pizzas to my
Mhm.
house from Richlands right now, it would tell you to go into River Bluff to that cul-de-sac, get out and walk across his yard to my back door. I mean, it shows it on the map. It's at the little dots where you walk.
That's crazy.
It's stupid. And my driveway's a quarter mile long. And the mailbox is out there and it says 226 on it. What part do you not get?
Well, that Google guy needs to update.
Well, and my wife will tell him when she's done it. She says, look, don't go by GPS. Let me give you directions.
Mm-hmm.
You could just as well throw it
Yeah,
out the window.
Because people don't.
Tideline Marine is at 159 Old Bridge Street. Put that into your GPS. You show up at the courthouse.
No way.
Oh, yes.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pin drop
my.
it one day and see what it does to you.
I know during all the construction of the bypasses coming from and to New Bern and
Yep.
taking you around Maysville and Pollexville, it was very confusing at one point, and I was using the GPS and it ended up taking me down to a dead end dirt road, and I swear I heard banjos playing.
Probably
I was
did.
just like,
Banjos and methylates.
oh, it was
Mhm.
bad. It
All right,
was-
we're going to take a break, do a little bit of weather. When we come back, Tim Thomas is in the office, little Timmy.
Tim,
So we don't-
Tim and Lynn.
Timmy Lynn. So
Timmy
we're going to
Lynn.
be chatting with him.
I knew that was a
see if
butt
there's
whipping
anything
coming when
else.
I heard that one.
Anything else going on? If you guys want to weigh in on anything, come on. But let me start it off with a tease. If you are looking for a job and you're Southern and you got a Southern accent, you ain't going to get paid as much as somebody
Why?
with no accent. There's a study that's been done.
Whoa.
20% less on the average across this country. You're live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary. Ray Magliotti here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. It looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Military Appreciation Day at Hammocks Beach State Park in Swansboro is Saturday, June 3rd from 10 till 3. This family-friendly free event is open to civilians, active and retired military personnel, and their families. Enjoy ferry rides to Bear Island. Hot dogs, pizza, watermelon, and soft drinks are available. Plus, children and adult activities will be on display throughout the park. Military Appreciation Day is presented by the Swansboro Area Chamber of Commerce's Military Affairs Committee and is generously underwritten by Marine Federal Credit Union and supported by the Friends of the Hammocks and Bear Island. Thank you for your service.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best products and services to their customers at exceptional prices. Whether you are furnishing your year-round residence, beach house, condo, or office, they have the furnishings to fit any style. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture and Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as Sealy, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hashizaki. Financing and local delivery are available. Sound Furniture and Appliance asks you to join them and remembering all our military men and women this Memorial Day, Monday, May the 29th. Sound Furniture and Appliance open Monday through Friday from 8:30 till 6 and Saturdays from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime, 910-328-3172.
Good morning, you bad, beautiful bosses. This is Carrie Cobb, your boss mortgage broker from Empire Financial, NMLS 1987537.
And good morning, beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local realtor, here with LPT Realty in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of North Carolina. Your boss tip for today is to stop renting and start owning, because now is the right time to buy a home. Contact our team and let us help you approach the home buying process the boss way by building opportunities through simple solutions.
Text or call your lender today at 910-382-2188 or your realtor at 910-340-0224. Empire Financial, NMLS 2108504. Equal opportunity employer and housing lender. Visit empirefi.com for terms and conditions. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll. Available. available, and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Tideline Marine, your one-stop shop for all of your boating and fishing needs right here in Jacksonville. Closed today, but they'll be open tomorrow morning at 8:30, and they got all sorts of good deals for you. Just stop by and ask George to see those Aloha boats. They got a couple of tri-tune. They're pontoons with an extra tune right down the middle. And they perform like other boats, like boats with a keel, not like the typical pontoons that are a little bit sluggish especially when you're taking turns and all that sort of stuff. And they're very stable, extremely stable. You can have a whole party of fishermen on board. You can just line up the whole rails with them, just like they do on head boats. You can have at least 8 people fishing off that boat at one time, doing some bottom fishing, a real cool thing. Also, you can get all the fishing tackle that you want and check it out and ask George tomorrow what the professional guides are using for bait to catch the speckled trout and the redfish. He'll be glad to show you. Some of those slots are really near empty, but he's got new ones on order all the time. So those are the ones that the professionals are using. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. If you punch in 159, you end up at the courthouse. Just cross the river and hang a left when you see some boats. Offshore today, winds out of the southwest at less than 100 miles an hour for a change, 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 early, subsiding to 3 to 5 this afternoon. Dominant period 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers only a moderate chop. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet tomorrow. Nice day. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. And on Wednesday, northerly winds 10 to 15, becoming northeasterly 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas again only 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly cloudy, a high of 75. Southwest winds are only going to be 5 to 7 miles an hour, which is a definite improvement from what we've had these past few days. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 61. Tomorrow, patchy fog before 7 a.m. Otherwise, partly sunny, a high of 81. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 62. And on Wednesday, partly sunny, a high of 80. But no gusts.
If y'all speak Southern, y'all ain't going to make as much money as Americans who don't. A new study found that job seekers with a Southern accent could make less money than people without one.
That's why I'm supporting.
According to the study by the University of Chicago and the University of Munich, people with a Southern accent could lose out on thousands of dollars every year. The research revealed that people with strong regional accents face a wage penalty up to 20% compared to those who speak with a standard accent. I read this yesterday, and I'm still trying to figure what in the Sam Hill is a standard accent.
Isn't that profiling?
Yankee.
Yeah,
Well, actually, they say that
I would say Midwestern.
They say the Yankees are kind of like the Southerners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another study found that 38% of job seekers admitted to softening their regional accents during interviews because of negative stereotypes. The study by the Writing Tips Institute found that applicants with a Southern accent were the fourth most likely to change their voice. People from Western New England, South Midland, and New Jersey were the most likely to alter their accents. In other words, that ain't gonna pop the car, that kind of stuff. The Writing Tips Institute's study, which surveyed 3,000 people, also discovered the professions in which job applicants are more likely to change their accents. Which profession do you think, which industry are people most likely to change their obvious accents if they're applying for a job?
I would say media and some kind of health care.
Nursing. Nursing came.
Real estate was first.
Oh, wow.
Tourism was second.
Really?
Public service was next, information technology, then engineering, hospitality, finance, retail, healthcare, and the media.
Well, why don't they take them people across the pond that speak Philippine and Armenian and teach them how to speak English? They won't sell us a scam.
It'd be so much. It'd be nice when you called the help desk for some company.
Yeah.
Oh my! Some companies, especially if you're doing the things like you got a computer issue, you're going to be speaking to somebody in Indonesia, the Philippines, China, or wherever.
Let me tell you, that's true. But at work, we had a computer issue. This was a few months ago. And we ended up getting a tech from India.
Yeah, that's the other one.
He got so mad at us because we could understand him, but we weren't. I mean, this guy was so smart.
Yeah.
He was getting upset with us because we were not doing it in, I guess, timely enough fashion. And we had questions about what he was telling us to do. This guy wasn't getting irritated. So then when he started copping an attitude, I had to get one back.
I'm sure.
And then
The Kelly came out.
Kelly O
I
came
mean,
out.
The mirror
come on,
effect.
dude. So yeah, it became a battle of wills at that point. So I was determined not to get off that call then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do it all the time down there at work. I mean, my company is owned by this guy. He owns this other company, and this other company thinks they own us, which they don't. And I'm dealing with those people all the time, and especially the heads.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I was told Thursday morning when the machine broke down, I got to get your car. I said, for what? I got to get your car to get you back to North Carolina. You're going to come back Monday. We're going to do this. I said, no, I ain't. Let me tell you something, Slick.
Mm-hmm.
When I leave, I'm going to be sitting behind that dog's hind end.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to North Carolina. Do you No. Oh, no. And he was all upset. Well, number one, there's nothing you can do about what's tore up.
Exactly.
I said, have you got the number? And I'm not plugging it. I said, you got the number to United Rental? I said, if you'll call them Tuesday morning, they'll have you a machine here. And you can resume what you're doing. Well, I hadn't even got that far yet. Well, you might want to get that far.
No doubt.
I said, look, son, you think I'm dumb as a brick, and I've already got this sorted out. You're going to move this machine out of the way. We're going to come back this week with a dump truck on a lowboy. We're going to drop it off, pick this up, carry it back to North Carolina, and somehow find the part between here and China to fix it because it's a Chinese machine.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
But
nice.
and he's just all over himself. I said, what college did you graduate from? That really made him mad. I said, you college boys take a problem, complicate the living dog turd out of it, and then try to solve it. I said, that part's already solved. You got to have a new cylinder. You got to have a new this and new that. You're not going to fix it. Well, I think we can fix that. I said, no, you can't. That is something, that's junkyard material now.
Mm-hmm.
And he could not fathom it. So after he said, well, I'll let you know at 10 o'clock. It's 8:30 now. 11:45, he comes to me and says, all right, y'all can go home. The boss man just called from North Carolina and said, y'all go home. I said, well, I tried to tell you that to start with. We could have been down the road an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But see, it just goes to show you, it's just
People don't listen.
people are
Hard-headed.
If you're Southern, number one, people think you're dumb as a brick. Yaku's about 20.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get to be this old by being completely stupid. I'm 62. I ain't complete. And I've done some stupid things. Now trust me,
Well, we
I
all
can tell you,
have, yeah.
I can write a book.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not completely stupid. I mean, come on now. We're all in this together. Let's get it solved. And then I got on him. It's your fault because we're here to start with. You've had this problem since October, and you wait till now, and your contract ends June the 5th. And now you want this taken care of? We didn't have hardly anything to do in February. We could have been down here moving this stuff all along. Number 3, you put it all in one big pile. You're supposed to separate the debris from the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't been done. What have you been doing? And he was really getting upset with me because I'm not his boss and he's not mine. But we were just going back and forth. And I said, you the one dropped the ball, Slick. You the one's got the answer to the owner, not me. I just drive the truck. I'm one of them dumb truck drivers. I just go from here to there. And he made a phone call. And when I got to work Friday morning, I got it, walked through the door 1 o'clock Friday morning. I laid down, got back up, went to work, and my boss man comes to me about 9 o'clock, and he's laughing. Boy, you really made a man down there. I said, yeah, and I don't care. Do I need to clean my truck out and go home? Because now they learned me. I got a commercial driver's license in my pocket.
Correct.
I got a perfect record.
Plenty of
I'm
people will
safe.
hire you.
I ain't got to be here, folks.
Right.
I'm here because I want to be.
Yeah.
I do not have to be here. You can find me now. If the federal government comes up and says you can't drive no more, I have to turn in my license. But that's why, folks, I have to go every year and do certain procedures every year
To keep your
to
license.
keep my license because I have been split open.
Yeah.
So I understand it.
Well, what did he say when you said that? He
No,
was probably like,
He
yeah.
just laughed. He said, I'm glad you done it.
Yeah, well, good.
You know.
Good
That's
morning.
where we're
Who's
at.
this?
Good morning, deplorables.
Hello, adorable. How are
Good
you?
morning, Theo.
Happy Memorial Day.
Same to you, sir.
How's it going?
We're hanging in here.
I tell you, Southerners aren't they're pretty smart people because as soon as they hear my accent from New York, they charge me extra for service.
They do.
They
Right?
should.
They do.
Okay, so they're not as bad as you think they are.
Yeah.
They're pretty smart. And when they go at a hurricane and go help some southern state or go around helping people, they know how to charge these people when they do their roofing, don't they?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the story. Lee, hey, Lee,
Yes, sir.
before I forget, I have a number for you if you want to write it down real fast.
Okay, let me grab my pen and paper. All right, I'm ready for you.
It's 910-289-00304.
What was the last four?
0304.
0304.
Okay, the guy's name is Sammy. He works in the East Coast Mobile Homes, and he'll come and talk about mobile homes and how people can afford it.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Timmy, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I met a lot of your kin folk down there in Cocoa Beach, Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
They were
So listen,
getting
I
on the
wanna ask
Disney
you-
cruise.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. You know where I live, right?
Yes, sir.
And I have all kinds of pack houses
Mm-hmm.
when they did the tobacco.
Yeah.
But they're all falling down.
Mm-hmm.
They're all dilapidated, and they're missing boards. But nobody knocks them down, and they're eyesores. What's the story with that? Why wouldn't they knock them down? Why they leave them there just to fall apart or let the wind come and take them?
Number one, they're unstable. You would take it. The easiest way to do it is take an excavator, go over there, and knock it down, clean it up. A lot of people just don't. Number one, don't have the money to rent one, or they don't know
Is it
anybody
right
that owns
in the
one.
county?
Yeah, I mean, and
Is
they're
it visible from the roadside?
sometimes.
Yeah, they're visible from the roadside.
You should
And I got at least
contact-
3 or 4 of them.
Contact
And
your
they're
local
Theo.
volunteer fire department. That'll
Yeah.
use them for training.
Contact Onslow Environmental. They're Onslow County Environmental, and that's
I
part
thought
of.
maybe they have sentimental reasons. or
Some of them
something. I
do.
don't understand it.
Theo, some of them do. Because some of them, if you could go inside and look at them, some of the ones that had the tier poles, the round tier poles, they went out in the woods and cut them. If you got some in there with the 2x6 tier poles or the 2x4, they milled those out. And some of the older folks now, but well, I remember when I helped my daddy or granddaddy hang the wind beam. And you don't even know what a wind beam is, do you?
I don't. I've never heard of it.
A wind beam is the last tiers in the top of the barn.
Okay.
And they're real short, and some of those barns you had to have 3 people if you were hanging the wind beam. Now a lot of people didn't hang it because of the simple fact you couldn't get but about 8 sticks up there, and you needed that air pocket.
Okay, makes sense.
That was part of it. But it's a big sentiment, especially where you live, Theo. I mean, a lot of sentimental value because people talk about tobacco, and we still get people that are really downgrading tobacco. But you got to understand, from my perspective, it bought our sugar, it bought our salt, it bought everything we ate, it bought our clothes. The only thing that we didn't have to buy was what we planted in the garden, and we had to buy the seed and buy the fertilizer for that, or we had to go out there and get the cow manure and put in it. And even these I'm older now, but I still get mad at somebody when they talk about, the dangers of tobacco. Well, there's a whole lot more dangerous stuff out there than tobacco, but it raised me. It educated me. And I just can't let it go. Now, when I'm dead and gone and my generation's dead and gone, it'll be a thing of the past. But
Yeah.
And nicotine, and I've had doctors preach on it. Nicotine is a mind drug. I've heard that and heard that and heard that. Dr. Mace was the first one that ever said it. He said it was a mind drug. He said if you're down, it'll pick you up. If you're up, it'll bring you down. If you're sleepy, it'll keep you awake. If you're awake, it'll make you go to sleep. He said it'll do all these things. It offsets your mind, and that's what he believed. And that was back when I was a kid. But he tried to find everybody he could find that would get to what we call tobacco poisoning. And some of the kids would get it. They couldn't get near green tobacco. They could take out dry tobacco. Okay. And I wasn't one of them. I got sun poisoned every year, but and you're right, Theo, it's a sentimental thing. And some people have taken and build houses out of it.
Yeah, they use the wood to reclaim the wood quite often for a special project.
Because you got one by 14s in there, and it's a true one by 14. Right. And that wood is very valuable. And I've had people go around and say, hey, I'll take your barn down if you'll let me have the wood. And sometimes the wood is good. Sometimes the wood ain't. And that's what it is.
Timmy, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Last couple of times you were there, I think you said that the South will rise again. What do you mean by that?
It's a saying that I've not heard all my life. It's just like me and Rayford talked about it one time with Doug on here, talking about South Carolina. South Carolina is very, very pro-Southern, and he's got kinfolk down there, and I have, and he's heard it all his life. And they're just waiting. South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, the list goes on. They are waiting because one day the South's going to rise back up again and really just take over the United States again, which it ain't going to happen. But that's been a slogan. The South's going to rise again. The South was agriculture. We fed the United States. Basically, with the cotton, the tobacco, the corn, and the beans, we had the land to feed the United States. What happened in the initial part?
Yeah, but rise against who?
Anybody. They'd rise against the daddy, I reckon, if they could rise. But it's just an old saying.
It's an old saying. Because, Tim, do you get more Northerners coming to the South, or are you getting more Southerners going to the North?
We get more Northerners coming south, but now
exactly.
All right, during the Depression, you had Southerners going up north.
Right.
Right.
So
you know why?
If the South rises again, you got the Southerners, the Northerners going to go back and fight their families. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I will give you this part. When I worked for SD's Express Lines, one of our biggest terminals was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I saw more rebel flags in the state of Pennsylvania than I saw in the state of South Carolina. And I guarantee you go down there, well, if the Civil War ever breaks out again, we're going to come down there and fight our way back up to Pennsylvania. They were more racist than we were. I mean, they were terrible. I pulled into Washington, Pennsylvania one morning. There was rebel flags up and down one side of the street. And folks, what have we got into here? I didn't know what to do because I'm not a racial person. I am not. And people try to say that, and I'm not. And it's just like I had a guy talking on the CB radio last week talking about that mess, and he was talking about reparations, a mess like that. And I chimed in. Stupid had to chime in. I said, well, how about those 37 black plantation owners that were in the South that had over 12,000 slaves? I said, who's going to pay them? Who's going to pay those people? And I got dead silent, just like I'm getting now. Who's going to pay them? And does that mean you're going to have to go back and find the descendants of those slave owners and make them pay the ones that were enslaved? So I don't know. But it makes them mad.
More question.
Yes, sir.
Not for you, though.
Okay. Thank you, Theo. I
for,
still love you. You put me on the spot.
Yeah, the love is all here, baby.
Well, I do
Kelly.
love you.
What's up?
I know you were talking about the COVID relief and that people aren't working and they were getting their free money and this and that. But do you know that the unemployment for the country is under 4%? If it's under 4%, who's not working?
Well, a lot of people are not working, and I know that based on the number of business owner friends I have throughout the United States, not just here, who can't get people to work. B, well, I'm not going to say what B is. So we'll go with A first.
The unemployment is 4% in this whole country. There's a lot of people working. Let me explain something to you. You know who I work for. Do you know that Walmart doesn't have 40-hour weeks anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did know that.
I've been working for them for 20 years and they're cutting hours. I don't put 40 hours. I didn't put in 40 hours because you're retired now. But do you know that they don't have 40-hour weeks anymore? And some people are so frustrated because they got kids and everything. They got to go get other jobs.
True.
I agree with
That's
that.
how they treat people.
And it's not
That's how
right.
they treat people. Okay? The worst company in America.
Theo.
Well, I don't know about that, Theo, because I'm telling you, Food Line's about to catch up to you with that one because they've installed these self-checker things.
Yeah.
And I think it's a crying shame on these companies that are trying to get more profits. But and that's part of the problem too. I agree. That's a whole separate issue of companies that now are doing away with the labor force, but that's going to just put more people out.
Well, a lot of that is because a lot of folks did not go back to work during the pandemic and after the pandemic, when there were none of these self-checking stations at like the kiosk at McDonald's and like all of that stuff. They couldn't find enough people to keep the doors open.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And they got frustrated. So the companies took that option, that direction of travel, new business model, because they don't know when the next one's going to hit. And then, Theo, you're saying under 4%, but you got to understand also a whole lot of those people, that's based upon unemployment rates, unemployment benefits and whatever. But a lot of those people that are unemployed still, they don't fit that category anymore simply because they are not getting those unemployment checks anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So
So I'm
that's
saying
where
the
those
number's
figures are
higher.
coming from, Theo. We do have to take a break though, Theo. Thanks for your call.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
happy
Theo.
Memorial
Have
Day.
a good day.
You too. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Spring has arrived, which means that concrete project on your to-do list is here. Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulahville takes this time to thank those that serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom. When it comes to concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated. 3661 East Highway 24 in Beulahville. Whether you need concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural projects, Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated serves all of eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, concrete for outdoor kitchens. Mixed Masters has the concrete, and owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate. For on-site delivery, phone 910-298-6153. And they deliver on Saturdays. Nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulahville. When you need ready-mix concrete quick, call Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulahville, 910-298-6153. Proud to be part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and surrounding counties.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Peters, Thompson, and Christian, certified public accountants with locations in Cedar Point at 708 Cedar Point Boulevard and Jacksonville, 328 New Bridge Street, takes this time to honor and remember the men and women of our military this Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. Peters, Thompson, and Christian also reminds you to celebrate the Memorial Day holiday responsibly. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas, 777 Highway 210 Sneeze Ferry takes this time to remember those that paid the ultimate price for our most prized possession, our freedom. This Memorial Day, May 29th. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas offers complete LP gas service for residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. They feature gas, fireplace, and heating appliances, gas accessories, gas water heaters, routed deliveries, budget plans available, and grill cylinder refills with a $5 discount for all military on 20 and 30-pound cylinder tanks. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas sales and services Renai and Navion tankless water heaters. So, for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural LP gas sales and service needs, and for comfort and convenience, call Sneeze Ferry LP Gas, 910-327-2541. That's 910-327-2541. Once again, please join Sneeze Ferry LP Gas in remembering those that served us this Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Todd and Barry Matthews and the staff of Waterway Realty in Swansboro are honored and proud to serve all those who have served America so well. Serving Onslow and Carteret counties for 50 years, Waterway's staff is also proud to have professionally served owners, sellers, buyers, and tenants. Have a real estate question or need? Call Todd, 910-330-8659. That's 910-330-8659 for Todd Matthews.
There's no doubt about it. Some of the best pizza in our area is at Pizza Village, 811 Main Street in Beulahville. Philip Price and the staff takes this opportunity to thank those that have served and are serving today, this Memorial Day, May 29th. Dine at Pizza Village in Beulahville for true Italian cuisine and enjoy their daily lunch buffet featuring pizza, spaghetti, and salad bar, serving true Italian in a down-home country atmosphere. Pizza Village is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Sundays 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Pizza Village does have a private room for any holiday party or event. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Pizza Village, 811 Main Street, Beulahville, asks you to remember those who didn't forget us this Memorial Day, May 29th. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
Hello, shoppers. Get that grill ready for this Memorial Day with the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut boneless strip loin, just $6.99 a pound. Fresh ground beef patties are only $3.79 a pound. Prime London broil, just $3.99 a pound. Pork spare ribs are $1.79 a pound. Boneless chicken thighs, $2.99 a pound. And 10 pounds or more of fresh ground beef is only $2.99 a pound. And you get a 10-pound bag of fresh fried leg quarters for just $5.99. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. And they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, you get white, yellow, or bicolor corn, just 39 cents each. Whole seedless watermelons, sweet, just $4.99 each. How about fresh North Carolina blueberries, just $2.99 a pint. Fresh strawberries are only $2.99 a pound. Genuine Vidalia onions, just $1.49 each. And California cherries are $5.99 a pound. And you get 3 2-liter size Pepsis or Mountain Dews for just $5. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. Down home, down the street, where good things cost less, over on the Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the P.
And we're back here live and local. And on the line with us right now, I think this is Joy, right?
Yes, sir. Good morning, all.
Happy Memorial Day. Appreciate you joining
Happy
us.
Memorial, Happy Memorial Day to y'all.
Thank you. What's going on? What's on your mind?
I was just going to comment about the self-checkouts. A friend of mine manages one of the food lines, and I was sort of upset when I saw all of them being installed. So I just simply asked him why in the world, and he said, "I'll tell you why. Because everybody we get in here quit, won't work, can't do their job, won't do their job. Now I can walk in, open the store up, and I've got people that can work. In other words, the machine." And they're going to be here, and we can count on somebody being here for the job.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and every other establishment I go to now, they're short of help. So I don't know where that number comes up for unemployment, because we are not, I mean, there are jobs out there, but people are not going to work. Last night I stayed in a drive-through line, which I rarely do, for 35 minutes, and there were only 3 people, but I couldn't move because I was boxed in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know where that 4% came from, really, because there are jobs out there, but people aren't working, and I don't think they're drawing unemployment checks either. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know where they're getting their money. I don't know what they're doing, but anyway, there's an issue here or an issue there somewhere or another. Anyway.
Well, I do know that they are going to the electronic things because they can't count on people to commit to wanting to work.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't want to. So to keep the operations going, they have to go to the, according to them in their corporate office, to keep the stores going. They have to go to those to count on to make sure there's a way to check people out with their groceries. So I did find out that from that. I just wanted to pass that along. Mm-hmm. I don't like them. I'd rather have a person there, but if you can't get someone to work, I guess you have to just sort of take what you can get.
Well, in all honesty, I prefer them now. That way I know that mine's going to be checked out right, that I'm going to get all my stuff. Not that there were any problems with others, but I had problems and get out to the store and, well, wait a minute now, not everything I paid for got bagged or handed to me.
Well,
So
That's very true.
if it doesn't happen
good,
now,
yeah.
then it's on me.
I've
That's
used
true.
Walmart many times. It's faster.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
Oh, I
too.
have a blue vest I wear when I go in there.
you rotten thing.
All right, Joy. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good one.
You
too.
too, Joey.
Oh my. Oh,
The things we do.
I may as well go ahead and hit the go button here. Let's go ahead and do the Fox News break.
Let's do it.
W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gian Gelosi. The details of the deal between President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are out. The agreement suspends the debt limit until January of 2025, adds some work requirements for some Americans who receive food stamps, and claws back COVID funding and money for the IRS.
And this deal is good news, I believe you'll see, for the American people. The agreement prevents the worst possible crisis, a default, for the first time in our nation's history.
Debate is set for Wednesday in the House. Rescue operations are underway after a part of an apartment building collapsed in Davenport, Iowa.
The entire thing shook. I dropped everything I was doing and I had this backpack. I don't even know what's in it, to be honest. I just grabbed this backpack and I got out really quick.
Authorities have not said if anyone was killed or if anyone remains trapped. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
We're back, and I got a little warning. Most of the boaters out there are aware of this, but some of you are ignoring it. But you can rest assured that if you continue doing it, you are going to face the ironic input from the U.S. Coast Guard or Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune. The base officials are re-emphasizing about the dangers of Browns Island, which remains off limits. Users of the Atlantic Intercoastal Waterway are reminded the creeks and tributaries leading to and around Browns Island are also off limits due to frequent live fire training exercises conducted in the area and the presence of dangerous unexploded ordnance. Hello, Browns Island contains such unexploded ordnance due to it will impact anchoring boaters who want to anchor up or individuals wanting to get off board the boat and walk the island, both of which are not authorized. That means they're illegal. While warning signs around the island and waterways identify the area as off limits for anchoring and landing, individuals continue to endanger their lives by ignoring posted warnings. Absolutely no unauthorized people on any part of the island. Boaters traversing the intercoastal waterway near the island may not stop, tie up, or disembark their vessels. No crab pots, fishing with bottom dragging nets, anchoring, or any bottom disturbing activities are allowed anywhere in the vicinity of Browns Island. All navigable waters in the area between the south bank of Bear Creek and the north bank of Browns Inlet are base property and are strictly off limits due to highly sensitive unexploded ordnance in this area. Bear Creek and Muddy Creek leading to the intercoastal waterway to Bear Inlet are open to unrestricted navigation. However, an unknown element of risk still exists in this area due to the possible presence of unexploded projectiles. Back in the 70s, you've got Bear Island, then you got Browns Island coming south. But the problem was some of the ordnance missed the target and hit and landed on Bear Island back then. Okay, I remember that one very well. Boaters may proceed through Browns Inlet without stopping during periods of non-military use for safety reasons due to the presence of unexploded projectiles. Any contact with the bottom of the waterways or any bottom disturbing activity is strictly prohibited. Caution should be used throughout these waters. Military police and the Coast Guard will be patrolling that area. And both have powers of arrest. So you could face a 6 months in jail or $5,000 fine or both. We got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning,
sir.
Vic.
How are you?
I'm somber.
Somber.
I would
Okay.
like to.
It's a somber day.
Yes, it's a somber day. I would like to read you a list of 5 names. Okay?
Okay.
And this goes for all 4 of you. Recognize these. George Thomas Sullivan, age 27. Francis Henry Sullivan, age 26. Joseph Eugene Sullivan, age 24. Madison Abel Sullivan, age 23. Albert Leo Sullivan, age 20.
Well, sounds like they were all from the same family.
They were?
Oh, I remember that. Yes. All 4 sons.
Band of brothers.
5.
Yes.
Yep.
Lost their lives.
Ages
World War II.
Ages 20 to 27, yes. All on the same day, they lost their lives.
Mm-hmm. All serving in the Navy.
Yes, sir. 4 of them were Seaman second class, 1 was Seaman first class.
Mm.
And they were aboard the USS Juno, a light cruiser that was sunk by the Japanese off of Guadalcanal.
I've read about that in the past, yes.
There was also a movie, The Fighting Sullivans,
Mm-hmm.
which came out in 1944, yes. So anyhow, that's what I'm thinking on today. That's why it's a somber Memorial Day, not a happy Memorial Day.
You're right.
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents, guys.
Okay. Thank
Very
you.
nice, Vic.
Yeah, remember their names.
Absolutely. And the other 300,000 Americans killed in World War II, the 600,000 killed during the Civil War. I forgot the number during World War I, the number in Korea, Vietnam, and in our most recent wars, Afghanistan and Iraq.
Didn't the military change the rules years later about
Bye-bye, guys.
All right,
Bye,
thank you.
Vic. Thank
about
you.
that also?
What's that?
Didn't
The original
military
one
change-
was General John A. Logan. He was the title was he's commander of the armies, I think. In 1868, he came out with a Decoration Day. That was the beginning of Memorial Day.
Mhm.
And then it was expanded to include, and that was for the those who were killed in. And then after that, it became in 1966. Congress voted to make it a federal holiday, and it was changed at some point in time. There were Memorial Days up and down everywhere.
I was in the 1st grade.
Yeah, and then 1968, I think it was, Congress adopted it, went into effect in 1971.
But didn't the military after that, I mean, years later after that happened, fix it where you couldn't put brothers or sisters in the same unit or something?
Generally speaking, yes,
There
that
you
was
go.
the case.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, the people like to serve together, and a lot of brothers like to serve together. And,
Are y'all coming
Come on, Jay. Come on.
we got the barkers outside wanting to come in here. They are our circus barkers, I guess.
Oh.
My daddy used to sit and tell stories about military. My daddy was pro-army.
Mhm.
He was, and my daddy didn't fight. He was cook.
Yeah.
And
Well, he fought.
yeah, he was cook, and he was he was on the Army baseball team also.
Was he?
Part-time. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
sure was. He chose not to pursue that, but I don't know why. But I reckon because my brother was born, and
That would put a damper
it's
on.
like he said, he made $21 a month, and rent was $20.
Yeah.
So he had to make it any way he could make it. But yeah, he was real pro-army.
Yeah.
You know, Rayford, we were talking about the storm off the coast this
Yeah.
weekend.
Uh-huh.
Do you know Carnival cruise ship was out in the ocean returning from the Bahamas and sailed into treacherous waters? And so instead of turning around or going a different direction, they boated right into the storm. It just about destroyed the cruise ship. They've got videos and pictures inside where beams and pipes have fallen. The
That will be
quarters
one
were
skipper that is
flooded.
fired.
Yeah, he drove straight into it.
He will lose his captain's license.
Oh, that is just something. I'll put the website on.
Because even if he was ordered to do that by the cruise lines,
Right.
he is the boss of that boat, and there ain't
it
nobody
just
that
about-
outranks him.
I mean, could you imagine being a passenger on that?
What it was down there at Bald Head Island bars, everybody said, hey, we got to go. And the captain of that bar said, we don't go till I say we go.
Pretty much.
It
And he
sailed, directly into the storm, pounding off the coast of South Carolina. That's where it was going to dock.
Well, I saw the Disney cruise ships down there in the canal. Man, they're awesome.
This was a Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah, I've seen the photos.
It's
terrible. Yeah.
I know people that have been aboard boats when there are hurricanes out there, big storms coming, and the ship takes another course,
Exactly.
and they may be on the boat for an extra day.
Yeah.
But on the boat or under the water, that's your choice.
It said during the storm, the ship was still traveling at 11 knots per hour, only reducing speed to 5 knots per hour at 11:15 p.m. when winds started hitting the ship at 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour.
Told y'all.
Kelly and I had our life vest on. We'd probably have the little lifeboats out there. We're gone.
I wouldn't have been on that boat.
We're heading back to the Bahamas. So,
Yeah.
hey, look at that.
I've been aboard, two cruise ships, but one of them was only one day going and one day coming back. It was a day cruiser. But it was on board for, I guess it was 6 or 7 days.
If St.
years
Diane
ago.
wants to go, I'll go. But I have no desire.
I don't either. I mean, we
If
went
she want to go, I go.
we all went because my dad wanted to take the family on the
Yeah.
it was something back in 2008.
I've
so we
never
all
heard
went.
her say much. I've taken her everywhere so far she's wanted to go. I mean, Laurel Mountains, you want to go here, get in the truck, I'll get you there. But
Oh,
I've
it
never
was-
heard her say cruise.
It was 9 hours late docking after all that.
And
Sure.
it could have been a new dive site.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not what you want.
One of the passengers said we sailed right into it and spent 11 hours pitching, diving, and rolling.
A lot of seasickness going on, I'm pretty sure.
There'd be a lot of cleaning up to get done. That venture's going to cost the cruise line.
Yep.
Oh, a
And it's
lot of
gonna
money.
and I'll tell you what,
It's
if
gonna
I was
cost-
a passenger, son, you ain't going to give me a free cruise. You're going to give me my money back and some on top of that.
Well,
I can see a class action coming
Yeah.
out of this one.
when I was over there at Kennedy Spain, I kept seeing these buildings way off. Man, there's some huge buildings. And we got ready to go to the hotel, and we went through Merritt Island, and I said, what is that? And when we got there, there's 2 cruise ships back there. And I said, man, that's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I said, I know I don't want to get on it.
Mhm.
But no.
No, not at all. That Iowa building that collapsed,
That's horrible.
apartment building, partially collapsed yesterday afternoon.
Yes. I think they're still searching, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
If they don't know who was killed or how many were killed, but they're still going through the debris. Looking, hopefully, if anybody's trapped, they'll find them, and we'll be finding a bunch of
Pretty sure.
bodies.
Pretty sure we got dogs out there now. I hope.
Yeah, but look at that thing.
I know it's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful, awful, awful. So, anyway,
Well, I just learned something.
What's that?
Sitting here, I had somebody text me from back home, Rockingham County, about something. I didn't know, because y'all know the hours I keep, I don't see the news much. The current sheriff of Rockingham County, Sam Page, he's been sheriff since 1998. He's running for lieutenant governor.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either till just now. I had a friend text me about something different, told me to look up something, and I just stumbled upon it.
Is he a Democrat, Republican?
He's Republican.
Okay.
This is going to be an interesting race.
It
Right
is.
now, Josh Stein and Mark Robinson are pretty much tied in the polls.
Well, I don't know why.
They are attacking Robinson so hard and heavy on some of the comments that he's made in the past. While I may not agree 100% with something he said, I admire the fact that he doesn't let trying to be politically correct keep him from saying what he believes in. And I have to admire the man for that.
Yep.
So, but they're attacking him on all these comments that he's made on gays, transgenders, abortions, et cetera, et cetera. They're
Even-
hitting them hard.
Yeah, even reparations. He talked
Yes,
about that, and
yes.
I know right then he lost a lot of black votes. I can guarantee he did
Yes.
because there was a radio talk show down outside of Orlando.
After ours.
And I would
yes.
listen. I listened. They stayed on from 7 to 11,
Mhm.
and so when 9 o'clock, I'd cut you off, and I'd hit that one, and I'd listen to them, and they were talking, and they had Mark Robinson's speech on there.
Did
They were
they?
talking about it,
Wow.
and he was talking about the government doesn't owe us anything. We owe our ancestors. He was preaching on we owe our ancestors what they went through and the straps they took, and they don't owe you anything. We owe them by standing up and being educated and being this and being that. And I knew right then, I said, well, he's lost.
I'm going to have to agree with him.
Well, I did too.
First of all, there is not one person living today that was a slave
No.
owner or a slave.
Exactly.
Not one. None. Zero.
Well, I just learned something else. Man, I need to read more. So Sam Page, my dad was friends with Sam Page. I'll say that, but I didn't know much about him. He served as a law enforcement officer in North Carolina for over 40 years. He won re-election back this past November. Like I said, he's been, it was his 7th race because he's been there since 98. I remember when he got elected. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran. He is the 2010-2011 president and the current executive committee member of the North Carolina Sheriff's Association. And for over a decade, he's been a member of the, and I did know because he went to Texas recently. I knew this. The National Sheriff's Association Border Security Committee. He's been on that committee.
Mhm.
He has a lot to say about border security. I do know that. Wow. I definitely think he would make a good lieutenant governor. He would be a good a good running mate with Mark Robinson. I know they typically don't run together, but they would work well together.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we get to pick ours.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, interesting.
Well, my money's still on Mark,
Mine is too.
and I'll be glad.
Yeah, I think
One day.
he's the popular choice.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like-
But I will tell you, the other side is coming out
Oh, yeah.
strong and
They got
hard.
to.
It's going to be like another Pat McCrory and Cooper race. I'm afraid.
I agree. I've sat in on some committee meetings in the past at events, at conferences and stuff, and Josh Stein has spoke, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not a fan. And I'm not
No.
saying that because of his political affiliation. I'm saying generally I'm not a fan. And his ideals I'm not a fan of. And I've said this long before he was ever in the position he's in now.
Anything
Not a fan.
specific you can point your finger at?
Attitudes towards substances, attitudes towards arrests, etc. Just not.
Mhm.
I have to dig up an old memo. I think I have one somewhere, and I'm talking about from probably 2010. I don't throw anything away. It's part of my problem at work, but just something he gave a discussion. I took a lot of notes that day. I still remember where I was when I was in Raleigh. Not a fan of him. I do not think he would make a good
What has he
governor.
done during his term in his current position? Anything that you know
Not
of
notable.
that's
I'm
good?
trying to think of nothing
can't either.
notable. Yip and yap. I don't know. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. I mean,
There's something about that job of attorney general that you never hear much about.
No.
You
Well,
elect somebody, you put them in there, and that's it.
If he would come out, it's very strong
mhm.
in support of increased security at the border, that would be one thing. But he's not going to do that because that would be supporting Donald Trump and his move.
Well, not only that, that's a national item and not a state item.
But it should be a state item because the border security affects the states.
But those running for election, they're not even going to touch that. They're going to deal mainly with just
What have
issues
you done
concerning the
about the
state.
fentanyl situation? here,
That's
Correct.
important.
Well, the fentanyl situation, though, is also
border.
tied to the border.
Yeah.
Like if you don't bring up the border, you're going to lose, I think. You're going to have to, in some capacity, if you're going to bring up fentanyl, you're absolutely going to have to bring up the border.
That's it. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Day at Hammocks Beach State Park in Swansboro is Saturday, June 3rd from 10 till 3. This family-friendly free event is open to civilians, active and retired military personnel, and their families. Enjoy ferry rides to Bear Island. Hot dogs, pizza, watermelon, and soft drinks are available. Plus, children and adult activities will be on display throughout the park. Military Appreciation Day is presented by the Swansboro Area Chamber of Commerce's Military Affairs Committee and is generously underwritten by Marine Federal Credit Union and supported by the Friends of the Hammocks and Bear Island. Thank you for your service.
Cannonball! Serving all of Eastern North Carolina's in-ground pool needs, Saltwater Pools is your go-to for summer fun this year. Whether you're in the middle of building your home or just looking to make your existing home into your paradise, Saltwater Pools will work with you to help make that dream a reality. We can specialize your pool to suit your vision of a personal oasis, with lots of options to suit whatever your budget may be, with features such as spillovers, heaters for those cooler months, wireless pump and light controls, animal-friendly features, rock outcroppings, tanning ledges, custom lighting. Call Saltwater Pools of Jacksonville at 910-333-5055 to start working on your backyard getaway. Focus on top quality installation, competitive pricing, and fully satisfying our customer needs. Saltwater Pools is ready to make your life a lot cooler. Call us at 910-333-5055 today, and we'll have you swimming by July.
Get your saltwater pool today. You'll love it.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro, Jacksonville, and Hubert, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. Flatwoods Outfitters is the most complete sporting and firearm facility in Eastern North Carolina, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brands of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods Outfitters, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters again reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
After a long day, who wants to spend time in the kitchen? Let the Burrow Restaurant simplify your life and do the cooking for you. Family dinners that will please even the pickiest palate. Place your to-go order at the Burrow's Facebook page. Tell us if there's a special pickup time or any other instructions, and we'll take care of the rest. And craft cocktails to go. Restrictions apply. Ask for details. Simplify your life with help from the Burrow Restaurant, 109 Front Street in historic downtown Swansboro.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. And Tideline Marine, sponsors of our marine forecast every day this time. We have two spots for them every day, 2 weathers, 2 marine forecasts. And it's nice to say that today the marine forecast is looking a whole heap more better than it has been looking.
Yay.
So slide on down to Tideline Marine. We also just got some news that the Spanish mackerel are back near shore.
Yes.
They're catching them from the piers, right?
Right.
So if they can catch them from the piers, imagine what you could do running up and down the coast in a boat. And that would be the time to do it. And if you're going to go fishing for them, try first. Do not overshoot the fish. Look for the birds that are working when you go out the inlet. That's a tip from Tideline Marine. If you see birds working, go ahead and fish those. You're planning to go offshore later on, fine, but go ahead and pick up a mess of fish before you have to leave the shore. Because I can tell you from personal experience, George and I both have overshot them. We knew they were on the beach. We went all the way out, a dozen miles, didn't catch nothing, came back in and fished near shore and caught them there. So we wasted a lot of time and energy and money going out there. So, and fishing near shore, yeah, you can just as likely to catch a big old king mackerel hanging around those Spanish mackerel. Schooling Spanish, kings will eat a Spanish in a heartbeat. They're generally down below them. So get your lures on down below the Spanish, put your king lures down below the Spanish and try that out for size.
He said right now that they're catching the Spanish on gotcha plugs.
Yeah, that's the.
So make
that's
sure
the-
you go down to Tideline Marine and get you some.
We got a plenty of gotcha
That's
plugs.
right.
They're great for casting. You have from piers or from boats, you can cast right out there with them. If you want to troll with them, make a little bridle. Make that thing a little, instead of tying it really tight to the lure, make a little loop in it and do a bowline up there so you can have a little bit of a bridle, and that causes that gotcha plugs to wiggle a lot more. It's just an old trick there, guys. Gotcha plugs, Yoziris, Clark spoons are all available at Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Southwesterly winds offshore today, 10 to 15 knots. Subsiding to 3 to 5, dominant period 8 seconds, sounds and rivers and moderate. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon, seas 2 to 3, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. And on Wednesday, looking nice again. Northerly winds 10 to 15, northeasterly 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas going to be fairly calm, 2 to 3. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 75. Southwest winds only 5 to 7 miles an hour. Yay. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 61. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 81. Still low wind. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 62. And on Wednesday, partly sunny, high of 80.
The United States Marshal Service, with the help of state and local agencies all across the United States, spent 10 weeks, a 10-week operation to locate missing children. They located 225. The multi-state operation, dubbed Operation We Will Find You, was a national effort to locate the missing children. According to a press release from the Marshal Service, many of the children were runaways or had been abducted by non-custodial parents. During the operation, officials recovered 169 children and safely located 56 others. 80% of the children were endangered runaways, 9% were family abductions, 5% were considered otherwise missing. The youngest child recovered was 6 months old.
Oh my goodness.
6 months
6
old.
months.
Ah,
Precious baby.
yes, it is. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Doing well. Hope you are too. That
We
was
are.
kind of irritating, somber note there.
Yep.
To come in on. Yeah, anytime, there's any kind of exploitation of children, it lights a fire in me. I'm sure it does you too.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. But on a lighter note, the Spanish have invaded our southern water border.
You got that right. And I'm happy about this invasion.
Fishing report.
That's the one. Yeah, I guess we're happy about that one.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. I wanted to say that the boats are out there. What you got going on is in the first trough, you got pompanos and mullets, and the second trough, you got Spanish and blues, and then they're searching for the kings off the end. And the boats are trolling probably about 150 yards out past the pier.
Yeah.
So, and the birds are out.
Good. I'll tell you what, and the really, really good news is that Pirate Attack is now getting ready to be relaunched.
Yay.
So thanks to John and the team down there at Tideline, my boat be ready to go. Boat be ready to go, and the owner of the boat is way beyond ready to go.
Boat be ready.
Boat be ready. So.
Oh yeah. And I will say this morning it's a little choppy out there.
It is.
But them boats are still out there, so that means there's something happening, because usually they'll exit, if it gets a little rough, if they ain't nothing biting. So
yeah, well,
that's always a sign.
It's going to be coming down too. The seas are coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not on a cruise line, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, the fish washed up on the cruise line. Up to the
There's
top
fish
there.
in the boat.
So anyway.
But yeah, it's definitely fishy time for sure.
I'm ready.
Sounds good. I love to pure fish.
Did that rain hurt your garden any?
No, sir, did not.
I got you. I was worried it was going to beat maybe some pepper plants down or something. But,
It did not.
Very good, mine too.
Everything's
Mine
still standing,
survives,
and
yes.
I was surprised. I did lose a tree last week, or part of a tree. Part of one of my fig trees, it split, and it fell down, but it's still growing. It's still attached to the ground. So I'm going to wait to chop it down, clean it up until after I get all the figs off of it when they ripen.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Deer got mine last year.
So,
Well,
anyway.
I just wanted to call in and say hey this morning and follow up on the picture I'd sent Lee there.
Yes, thank you so
went out there and
much.
walked the pier this morning and see how it was going, and it's going.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'm glad.
Good.
Glad to see it.
Yeah.
Thank-
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, y'all have a blessed day.
You too,
Thank
Steve.
you. Take it easy, bud.
I do like to catch Spanish. They're fun to catch. They're delicious to eat.
yes.
Some people don't like to eat them. Some people, believe it or not, some people call them trash fish.
Yeah.
What's wrong
I've
with y'all?
heard that.
Some people treat them like some of us will treat bluefish, but I got nothing wrong with bluefish.
That's what I was going to ask you
That's
next
like
about the
channel
bluefish.
cat. A lot of people call channel catfish.
I always heard
and,
bluefish
man,
was trash.
Saltwater catfish is some of the best eating you ever had.
I'd
I'd rather have a saltwater catfish than a freshwater any
You
day.
give me a flounder, I'm happy.
I'd be down there fishing and they'd say, "Oh, we throw them away." My buddy, I'm gonna show you how to throw them. I put them in a 5-gallon bucket.
There you go.
Take them home and scan them.
Hey, Robin, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Yeah.
You gonna use your southern
I thought
dialect?
you'd call. I'm
Excuse
too
me?
close to your wife. Yeah, I thought you'd call, you jealous rascal.
Well,
We're the
look,
same
I-
age. I
I
can
can
pick
move
on
back.
you. We're the same age. I can pick on you.
That's right. That's right. No, you're not getting a rookie, so you can keep on. No worries.
You're seasoned like I am, buddy.
That's right. I just want to give a shout out to Paul Levesque and Rolling Thunder, and then Scotty McCarthy, who's the vice president of Rolling Thunder, the local chapter. He's a good friend of mine. I had the opportunity to go out during their opening ceremonies on Saturday to welcome all the people that came in, the Rolling Thunder people, and some other bikers that came in to ride the ride on Sunday. I'm not really sure if they rode. I think the weather had something to do with it, but no one
They
Rolling Thunder.
rode.
I'm
They
sure
rode.
did ride. Absolutely. But it was a sombering experience. You know, it's during Memorial Day to memorialize all those that have given their lives to this country. You know, it's not Veterans Day. That's another separate day. This day is to remember all those who gave their lives, paid the ultimate sacrifice. But it was a great ceremony. attended the opening ceremony. Mayor Sammy Phillips of Jacksonville gave the opening remarks, as I did, and then Senator Lazara, who's a Marine Corps veteran himself, was the keynote speaker. And the ceremony was really humbling and really somber. And they honored people, certain select people from each branch of the service that has passed away in the line of duty. And I just want to give a shout out to Paul Levesque because, he's been with Rolling Thunder for many, many years. And all the people that showed up, took it very seriously. And it's an honor to see them show their respect and to continue this tradition. So it was a great event. And I really hope they had a large turnout for the ride and raised the money that they needed to raise. So good on them for what they did this weekend.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And again, I kind of agree with Vic. Actually, I do agree with Vic. This is not a happy Memorial Day, or it's not a happy time. This is a time that we're all somber. We're all appreciative of not only for the men and women that died for this country, but for their families and the sacrifices that they had to go through as well. And, I just want to put it out there that, take a moment today, to say a prayer or to give them a moment of silence to honor those that have died, because if it wasn't for them, all the people that you see in Arlington Cemetery, our national cemetery here, like my father and all those individuals, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we enjoy today. So I just wanted to pass that on.
That is so true. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you, guys.
Take care. It's time to pay.
Again?
Those 4 words from Missouri Democrat Representative Cori Bush are being heard a lot by Democrat politicians across the country this month. For Bush, the debt amounts to $14 trillion in reparations for Black Americans.
All you had to say was Cori Bush.
In California, activists are demanding as much as $5 million for every Black resident. I'm moving to California and changing. I'm going to identify myself as a Black man.
My genealogy has me down.
And asking Governor Gavin Newsom, where is the money? One member of Newsom's reparations task force demanded that the state pay its sin bill. In New York and Chicago, mayors are balking at towering costs for migrants being shipped from the border in their sanctuary cities. In Tampa, after demanding $3 million per Black resident, a witness said that a Black resident said that he and others were putting white people on notice that we want our reparations. Bills are coming due after years of political campaigning on these issues. Reparations and sanctuary cities have long been the bread and butter of identity politics. For years, Democrat politicians have campaigned on these moral imperatives in passing sanctuary laws and setting up reparation task force. So, without raising taxes, how are you going to pay this?
Well, let's talk about the debt ceiling.
Yep. Without raising taxes, how are you going to pay for it?
True.
Just print more money?
That's what Biden wants to do. I guess, folks, you got to understand, I don't get it, but I'm glad somebody does. But you got to understand, about every race of people have at one time or another been enslaved.
Correct.
And even if it reads your history, just get down and read your history. And I've heard them talk about, the white people stole our land. And what land did they steal? They can't tell you. Understand this. There was somebody here before we came here. We stole land from somebody. We stole land from the American Indian. We took it. We bought it. We took, and every race that was here participated in it. Case in point, the Seminole Indians. Let's talk about them a minute.
Down there in Florida.
They were troops went in there to get them. They went in there to get them. They couldn't do it. And they sent the Buffalo Soldiers in there, and they got them out. And if you don't know who the Buffalo Soldiers were, it was a Black troop of soldiers who got them out. Now, folks, that right there tells you. I can't understand. And you want to feel sorry for a race of people? Feel sorry for the American Indian. We exploited them. There's Andrew Jackson. A true American Indian today will not accept the $20 bill because Andrew Jackson is on.
Yep.
I mean, if you now, I don't know about the casinos, have no clue, don't go to them. But I'm telling you, the ones that I've always known will not accept a $20 bill from anybody.
That's true. I had a good friend that's an American Indian.
So
and
you
yeah,
feel
she
sorry.
won't.
What kind of reparations we gonna give them? We stuck them on reservations and said we killed all the buffalo off to put cattle on. We're gonna feed you for the rest of your life. Diabetes is rampant.
Alcoholism
is rampant. Drug addiction is rampant. Everything gets rampant on
Poverty,
the reservation.
yeah.
Poverty, yeah, they say.
kept them oppressed.
Yeah.
Forced them to go in the early 1900s to these crazy indoctrinated schools.
Exactly. All of them, Pennsylvania's and stuff.
Well, you want to see run? Just watch Yellowstone's 1923.
Yeah.
There's a whole segment on it, and
Yeah.
it will make you angry.
I saw that part.
Yeah, and it will make you your blood
Yeah.
will boil watching how those Indian children were treated in these schools. I agree with you. And here's the other thing: why have we not heard of anybody demanding reparations from the African nations? Because that's where this originated, and the own tribes in Africa are who sold them to the Dutch slavers.
And they sold them to the Dutch and the Arabs, and they
Yeah.
brought them across
Yeah.
over to the
So,
Americas and the
yeah.
Caribbeans. It started there
It did start there. Yeah.
because the tobacco was rampant down there, sugar was rampant down there, so they had to have slaves do all it, and it migrated on in to North America, which is the mainland. And they had, but the first slaves that were brought over here in the United States were Irish children.
Yes. Yes.
Who's going to pay them?
All right, I want reparations.
Yeah, there
know
you
what I'm saying?
go.
But here's what you don't hear about. You're talking about California wanting that. Chinese were more oppressed in California than the blacks were.
Well, was China was California? When did California?
Yes,
what
because
year
they
was
brought
it
them
they
over
were
to
a
do
state?
they 18 something, but they brought the Chinese over to build the railroads
railroad,
and to
yeah.
do the mining.
Yeah.
And to just build roads and cities in general.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard them saying we want reparations.
Well, look what they did to the Japanese during World War II.
That's right.
Right
internment
here.
camp. Yeah, internment camps.
Yeah. Now they
Yeah.
were treated better than what the Jews were treated in Germany,
I agree with that. Yeah.
but they still we didn't doing that for their protection. And yeah, I get a little bit of that, but
I
they
think
also
to a degree,
did it
yeah.
because they were looking
had
for
fear.
spies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So-
saboteurs.
And saboteurs, right?
Well, Friday we had a commercial break, and I was looking on here for something else, and I saw it, and I haven't been able to find a lot more about it since. I also hadn't spent a lot of time looking. We were talking about the reparations. The latest one is women need to have reparations because throughout history they have been mistreated.
Yeah.
Where does this end?
Well, I was told it was handed down that the biggest slave owner in Onslow County was a slave trader. And I hadn't found the documentation on that.
Mm-hmm.
He was a black guy. And his last name was Freeman because he was a Freeman.
Yes,
but I
sir.
hadn't found
Yes, sir. Down in the Wilmington area.
Okay.
We got
Okay.
to take a break here. You're live in Local Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Peters, Thompson, and Christian, certified public accountants with locations in Cedar Point at 708 Cedar Point Boulevard and Jacksonville, 328 New Bridge Street, takes this time to honor and remember the men and women of our military this Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. Peters, Thompson, and Christian also reminds you to celebrate the Memorial Day holiday responsibly.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Summer vacation season is here, and if you need automotive service before hitting the highways or just regular maintenance, Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, is here for you. Cedar Point Tire is more than just a tire store. They offer fast auto service from tune-ups to flat tire repair and all alignment and suspension service. Cedar Point Tire carries all the major name brand tires, so they likely have your preference. It's simple. For all automotive service and tires, call 252-393-3188 or visit Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, 1083 Cedar Point Boulevard. Cedar Point Tire, come ride with us.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And we're back, and rejoining us is Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hey, sorry to call twice. You guys said some things that kind of touched a nerve with me, and when you're talking about the internment camps of the Japanese, and that the other slaves, the Chinese that came over, and they were forced to railroad across the United States. That didn't only include Chinese, but it included anybody of Asian descent, whether they were Japanese, whether they were Korean, etc. And so those people, those individuals in the past were also, captured or sold off as slaves or indentured servants to do the work of construction, etc. But here's the ironic thing about the internment camps that really frothed me. The internment camps housed a bunch of Japanese Americans, people that were born in the United States, or
Yep.
or some who had immigrated to the United States, became U.S. citizens. And what people don't realize is that these Japanese men were also or Japanese Americans were also drafted into World War II to fight the Nazi Germans. They were not allowed to fight the Japanese because they were afraid, which is really stupid, but they were afraid that some of these people would defect and they would not shoot what they would consider their fellow countrymen, which was garbage. But the American Army formed the Nisei Battalion, and what Nisei means in Japan is second generation Japanese, me being two. And Nisei Battalion during World War II was the most highly decorated battalion during World War II fighting the Nazi Germans. And I think a lot of people forget that. A lot of these individuals gave their lives for the United States, for the countries that they were born into, even though they looked Asian. But, they were born in places like California, all across the United States, which is a far cry from Tokyo, Japan. And these individuals, a lot of these individuals paid the ultimate price, receiving, I think, numerous members of the Utah Battalion received the highest medal, the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Cross, you name it. So I just wanted to throw that out there if people are listening, because what we did to the Japanese American citizens and other Asian minorities during World War II was horrific. And separating families and taking their homes from them and telling them that they no longer owned their home when they had when they owned the mortgage and et cetera, and pushed them off to these internment camps. So I'm glad somebody raised that. I'm not sure which one of you did, but that's a very good point.
All right.
Well, I'm a history nut. And the thing about it is the Japanese history part of it, I'm very vague on it because I hadn't studied into it, but I do remember talking about it into, and my daddy was so, even though he hated, his mindset back then, you hate the Japs because they bombed Pearl Harbor. You hated this, you hated that, you hated that. But he, if you were an American, Japanese American over there, he didn't hate that. He got mad because of what they did to the American. He called it American Japs, is what he called it. They shouldn't have done that. It was the worst thing they could have ever done. In fact, he was down there in Wilma, Louisiana, and he had cooked for some. And that's what got him talking about it. He used to talk about it. It used to make him so mad. And he said, the kids is what bothered him more than anything else. And he couldn't, nothing he could do about it.
And what we need to consider too is that, we had a lot of minority groups play a huge role in World War II and in our past.
Yes.
And you look at the Navajo Indians.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay? And absolutely. I mean, they perfected a code, and the code was simply speaking their own native language that the Japanese could not break.
Which it had never been written down.
Right.
That's right. It's a language, and even to this day, you ask a native Navajo Indian, their language is not written down, and based upon that, there are certain dialects that were derived within their own Navajo nation. And and I'm glad they came out and recognized them. They came out and made a movie about them. So when we start talking about Americans, we got to remember that we're all Americans, whether you're black, white, Asian, American Indian, or whatever. And I just wanted to comment on Timmy's point that he made earlier, and you said it absolutely correctly, Timmy, that somebody stole this land, and we stole it, from the Indians.
Yeah.
And look what we did to the Seminoles down in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right, Robin, we're up against the clock here, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you.
Take it easy, bud.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
All right, later. You're live in Local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Your big dog sound like this? Does it look about the same? Then take your big dog to Bill's Cycle Salvage.
This is Captain America. I'm Billy.
Now, we never said Bill was a sane man. But he sure has some cool stuff like leather chaps, vests, and jackets.
Oh, I've got a helmet.
Accessories for you and your bike, saddlebags, seat jewelry, keychains.
These ain't no pork chops. These are U.S. prime.
Bill can even order customized items.
I think I'll order kidneys because I left mine out there on the road somewhere.
Magazines, videos, t-shirts, ball casts. Come on into Bill's Cycle Salvage, 921 Marine Boulevard. Everyone is welcome.
Troublemakers.
Bill's got plenty of accessories to make your big dog look like a big dog. Sure, you can buy the parts at Bill's for Harley and try to fix it yourself, but
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Bill's Cycle Salvage, 9 Marine Boulevard for the Harley enthusiast.
That's what it's all about.
Spring is here. That means fishing and vacation season. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool, and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes to transmission repair, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for the get, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, Highway 24 in Swansboro. Again, the number for Battlefield Automotive is 910-325-0828.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best products and services to their customers at exceptional prices. Whether you are furnishing your year-round residence, beach house, condo, or office, they have the furnishings to fit any style. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture and Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as Sealy, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hashizaki. Financing and local delivery are available. Sound Furniture and Appliance asks you to join them in remembering all our military men and women this Memorial Day, Monday, May the 29th. Sound Furniture and Appliance, open Monday through Friday from 8:30 till 6 and Saturdays from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point.
When Ronnie Watson and Steve Matthews first came to Emerald Isle, they came by ferry or private boat because there was no bridge. As the area grew, Ronnie Watson became mayor. And since that beginning, the Emerald Isle and Atlantic Beach area has continued to grow and is one of the top family beaches on the East Coast. In 1978, Ronnie and Steve formed Watson Matthews Real Estate and joined the residential development of Emerald Isle. They were the developers of several residential subdivisions, including Land's End, Emerald Plantation, and played a part in the development of Emerald Landing, Royal Oak, Stop and Ridge, and several others. Ronnie and Steve realized that the spectacular growth would not have been possible without the community, military families, and neighbors. Watson Matthews Real Estate takes this opportunity to ask you to join them in remembering all those that have served and those that are serving today. This Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. Watson Matthews Real Estate, serving Emerald Isle and the Atlantic Beach area since 1978. Phone 252-354-2872. Online at watsonmatthews.com.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back again for the last couple of minutes of the show. Boys, it's flown. Thanks to you guys for coming in.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We appreciate it, Timmy.
I had forgot I was going to ask you earlier, and it didn't dawn on me until I took my second nap. That's why Because I thought you said you were going to be here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, my second nap. I felt like I had jet lag. Y'all call it jet lag. I had road lag.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If you want to have some fun, I talk about these fishing tournaments around here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a Python challenge down there in
What?
Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Registration is now underway.
We talking about python?
To go out hunting pythons.
Like
Now
snake?
this is the 10th year that
No.
snake hunters can compete, and participants will be able to win more than $30,000 in prizes.
Was
Short
it winning
Landers
the
gonna be
biggest python or?
Yeah. The competition is a win-win for the state, since hunters will be removing this invasive Burmese pythons from the wild. Yay.
Troy and Pickle's going to be there.
Holy moly.
They're
No.
not native to Florida, and they negatively impact native wildlife.
Taste.
I don't care what they do. I don't want
Mostly in
them
the
in my yard.
Everglades is where they are. The competition is a 10-day competition, August 4th through the 13th. Last year they got 231 of them. Wow.
Yeah, say that website. I'm going to sign up today. I'm not. No.
I'll tell you something else they got down there.
FLPythonChallenge.org. Yes, they do. And their people have been hunting wild hogs for years and years and years. And guns, a lot of people take them.
We were at Cars Park. I don't know what KARS stands for down there. It's off the base, but it's a campground.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy called me on the radio and said, "Hey man," said they got a lot of kids been playing around here. So look right there by the pavilion where they've been digging. And I said, "Boss, they ain't digging." I said, "That's a bunch of hogs."
Yep.
He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, bunch of hogs." And the campground attendant, and I'd always ask him every day we were there, "Look, we're disturbing y'all." I mean, I was real courteous to him. We were going through there real slow and didn't want to upset anybody. And I said, "Man, how's your hog problem now?" He said, "Buddy, we got them coming in here every day and stuff like that." He said, he said, "They're terrible." And we were going down the interstate, and there was old sow out there beside the interstate with about 6. They were about maybe 20 pounds, the pigs.
Wow.
And I was hollering on the radio, "Who wants fresh barbecue tonight?" I thought I'd get one, but they didn't bother. So they sitting there running around the interstate. So, woo.
All right, we're going to go.
Yes.
We'll be back in 22 hours, and we don't have a live guest yet, do we?
Not yet. We've got some tentative guests coming up this
Okay.
week.
Dr. Rose is on Wednesday, of course.
Right.
And we've got Mike Mattis and George Papastrat going to be talking about a Tideline Marine sponsored fishing tournament that's right around the corner.
exciting.
So,
Do we
So-
get to go?
well, if you sign up, you can go.
Yeah.
You go have
Now you
fun
want
with
him to
that.
try?
I want to go on the pirate attack.
Well, yeah, why don't you
Well,
go
this
out
is
by
not,
that
this is not
Aloha
one
boat?
for that.
Oh,
This is an inside one.
Well, just go by that Aloha boat.
There you go.
That's you right there, huh?
I want a camper.
Well, you can
Camper.
camp on it. Put your chin on it. And You'll be camping. You'll be maritime.
I want to pull
camping.
along.
All right, let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll see you tomorrow.
Camp Lejeune, W246.